Trapped in an elevator. I remember like it was yesterday. I entered into an elevator, excited to go and see my girlfriend. As a couple entered right after me, arguing with each other to the top of their lungs. They screamed at each other as if I wasn't even there. I watched as the guy raised his hand at the girl a few times, as if he was going to hit her. I'm not one to interfere in someone's relationship, but if he would have put his hands on her, I would have had to step right in to defuse the situation, no matter the consequence. I noticed him glimpsing over at me from out of the corner of his eyes, which probably made him think twice about striking his girlfriend. However, they continued arguing, even as the elevator door slammed shut. I stood to the right side of the elevator, with my back resting up against the right side of the elevator as my eyes focused on the couple. The girl refused to take her eyes from off of her boyfriend the whole time as she accused him of cheating on her. But he denied, even as she shoved him in the face and pushed him up against the back of the elevator. She finally looked at me without uttering a word to me before she turned to the left to hit the emergency stop button on the elevator, causing the elevator to stop between the second and third floor. No longer could I bite my tongue. "Hold up, you're tripping right now," I spoke just before I took a step toward the elevator buttons. In a split second, the girl pulled out a can of mace and sprayed me in the eyes, and then she sprayed her boyfriend in the eyes as well. I can't lie, the mace burned like crazy, causing me to quickly rub my eyes, which was a supersized mistake. It only caused the irritation to intensify. I cried out for help as I heard her boyfriend bawling out in pain. I just kept blinking nonstop, barely being able to see what was taking place, just a few feet away from me. "You lying, cheating bastard," she yelled out as she began kicking her boyfriend, who fell down to the floor. "Miss, you need to chill out. I have nothing to do with any of y'all bullshit," I spoke, trying to get her to let me out of the elevator, but she just shushed me. "Shut the fuck up," she said. "All of you men are just alike." I could hear the sound of her kicking her boyfriend even more before I heard the sound of a taser going off. She tased her boyfriend non-stop as he shook uncontrollably. He mumbled as he attempted to beg her to stop until he didn't make another sound. My vision was finally clearing up as I saw her boyfriend's seemingly dead body just lying flat on the ground, gazing right at me. He didn't move as she stood over him, still tasering him every few seconds. Then she would take a break, only to taser him yet again. I'm panicking on the inside as she rolls over her attention to me. She saw me watching her with that large taser in her hand. I tried to look away as though I didn't see anything that she was doing, but I was way too late. "You've seen way too much," she said as I tried to crawl to hit the emergency stop button to get it to go up to the next floor. She wasted no time shoving that taser into my left armpit, causing me to gyrate nonstop. I mumbled my words. I couldn't think clearly as my body just continued shaking. She then removed the taser from underneath my arm as she could see me going in and out of consciousness. I watched her as she then threw herself up against the elevator wall over and over again before she lifted up my left hand to cause my fingers to rake up against her left cheek. Then I heard her calling the police, begging them to come help her. She told them a guy just tried to rob her and her boyfriend, and perhaps he killed her boyfriend by tasering him to death. She then yelled for help as she hung up her phone that she threw up against the elevator door. This whole time, I couldn't feel my lower body. I watched her as she removed one of my shoes, and then she slammed it on her phone, causing it to shatter. She then placed my shoe back on her foot just before she tased me in the neck, knocking me out completely. All I remember was waking up in a hospital bed, as I'm now facing second-degree murder charges and attempted murder charges, which can lead to life for me in prison without no possibility of parole. I'm going to fight this case, but how she perfectly planted the evidence against me, I might not have no chance to save myself.